Hey, what's up, people? Um, I've been thinking, I want to put out information out there, and I'm gonna start doing it with videos and demonstrations. Mostly, I'm gonna be targeting people who moved from Kenya to America, and I'm gonna try to get their um, reactions, or basically their experiences, and how they can help us become better people here in America. I remember one time I was doing a speech lesson, and one of my speech projects was to try and find out a way. Actually, I was supposed to create a movie title, and which was going to be a summer blockbuster. So what I did is I said I'm going to make a movie about being an African in America. And I became the first person with the most votes in the class, which kind of made me know that it would be something popular, or something that people would want to hear about if they wanted to know a little more about experiences of Kenyans, especially here in America. Well, my story and my experiences began in 2001. I came to America. I'm gonna skip all the good part of getting here and getting to know America, but I'll be sure to be putting bits and pieces in my upcoming videos. But my goal is to target people who don't know, people who used to live in the village back home, and then suddenly you are in a plane to the first world kind of status. Economic changes just in your face. You used to live in a place where your house was mud and you never had running water, or all your food came from the farm. And now you're in this world where even seeing soil, it could take you a few weeks to see soil, or even to see a piece of land. Food is always contained in supermarkets or packed in little containers, and you don't know what to do. You miss your food, you miss your environment. Of course, you probably don't miss all the dust and all the congestion, but those are things that you grew up with. You're here. You no longer have to go to a pit latrine. You have to go to a system where you have to flush. You don't buy things for cash because most of them are unaffordable, and you may have to go into credit. You have to use a car to move from point A to point B. There's no buses, and if there is a bus, it's another long process to get in a bus, especially if you're living in some cities, for example, here in Texas. And these things can be overwhelming, and I would like to be able to introduce you to, as far as you're still in Kenya and you're planning to come to the US and you're from the village, I want to show you things that they may look so stupid to a lot of people who have already been exposed to this while still in Kenya, but they'll be very practical, and you'll be thankful that you saw this when you come here, and you realize that it was not common sense to you when you're back home. One thing I would like to achieve with these videos is to make people aware that you can still make it here in America, and you can still manage to get that American dream. And despite all the difficulties and pains and gains and winning and losing, you can still manage to be disciplined enough to make it here in America. And I don't know about many people, but to me, making it is being at my age in a position where I've not been in trouble with the law. I'm able to communicate with my parents. I'm able to be an effective member of this society. Basically, I've managed to be safe. Not too many people can say this. There's a lot of people who've been in things they cannot control and things they can control. They've been into drugs, money issues. They have had taxation issues. They've had issues with family issues, personal issues, accidents, immigration, and lots of things that most of them you could not foresee, but some of them you can easily avoid if you follow some of the tips I'm about to give you in the video series that are coming. And I would like to address especially young men of my status, or young men who did not grow up rich, or who did not grow up with anything, and who landed in America trying to make it for their family and for whatever they want to achieve in life. It's doable. It's going to take slow but simple steps. It's going to take persistence. It's going to take patience. But if you're pointed in the right direction, I promise you, you'll still be able to make it. We're going to talk about money management. That's a big thing for me. We're going to talk about people management, which involves how you manage people who are significant to you, for those who are going to get married, how to manage people you work for, and if you happen to have the ability to work to work for yourself, you're going to manage people who work with you or for you. I'm also going to touch on, issues with taxation, and I'm sure once this video goes out, there will be a lot of people will be asking me questions about how to live here in America, and I'll be glad to answer your questions. But I would also want to be putting in my input, and basically we'll have a question and answer kind of forum here. So I'm gonna say that I'm originally from Kenya. I'm a Nakuru boy. Yep, born and raised in Nairobi, but I lived in Nakuru most of my time. Most of the people know me as Kisaka, but for this purpose, my name is Kisaka. Thank you for watching, and I'm hoping to see you more. All right.